Salute, Mr. Sacco. And us, Pete. Gotcha, bro. Us.
Us. Yeah, please, brother, turn the beat off. I have a bad headache.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know that.
That's all right. No, you good. We good.
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
So I was.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Hard today.
I am not worried about the rain, my friend.
I am.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
It was like,
welcome once again to another Hot Topics, Open Topics with Don Armando. This is the martial arts edition. This is your co-host, your friend, neighborhood counselor, PK Darkness, also known as Sensei Pete. I'm happy to say that
Sensei Pete.
I've been doing. I worked yesterday and I worked today.
That's good.
I did some event. I feel good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Me, today I had a bad day.
Oh, what happened?
Imagine being caught in the rain, right? Well, it's not really that bad, but still. Imagine you having an umbrella. It breaks on you, right? Then you go and buy another umbrella, and then as soon as you get off the bus, it breaks on you. I was like, yo. I don't know what it is, but I'm like, Dad, I think I need to get 30 umbrellas.
There's some cheap. No, wait. There's some cheap umbrellas. What you been getting them from? From the corner store or the Chinese people?
Nah, which one? Neither of them. Both of those joints I got from Home Depot, and they all broke on me today. One was like a little bit aged and everything like that. But the wind was so strong, it broke both of my umbrellas. I was like, I can't.
That's terrible. Mother Nature, you don't play.
I got caught by the rain twice on my way home because I couldn't take the subway. I took 2 buses. So I definitely got caught in the rain every now and again. And it was kind of refreshing. At one point, it was like, rain, take away this pain. But, it was kind of backwards.
Right. The only thing I could actually say it's like a beautiful thing, especially when you just seeing the wind just move the trees and everything like that, and it ain't a hurricane. It just look nice.
Yeah, I hear you, brother.
Yeah.
All right, man. Run that question by me one more time, brother. I had to take care of something.
All right. Okay, so tonight, when we're talking about the martial arts, I want to know, because I have a question. Because you have good instructors, you have bad instructors, and then you have the instructors that that constantly get exposed by McDojo Life for being whatsoever, whosoever. So, in your time, we're just talking about the scholarly aspects of it. I'm saying when you have taught. Have you ever met people that that they felt damaged because they learned that they came from a martial arts school that did not treat them well? Did you have to have and I'm asking because I know that you help a lot of people too that that been through stuff. Have you ever
You hit it in the
have you
nail.
ever
You
had
hit
a
it on the head.
person that
Yeah, I have.
been
I have.
that been through?
Yeah, I have. I
Yeah.
have. You hit it on the head. I have. There's people that I've bumped into that have been hurt from other people that were in the system while, obviously while training, and either physically, emotionally, and or spiritually. And I've had to the point to like reconcile them with you know with what is the concept of martial arts. I've had people tell me that they'll never practice martial arts again because it's wicked, because it's evil, because it's this, because it's that. And I'll be like, all right, well, what concept of it is wicked and evil to you? Oh, the concept of me promoting violence and this and that. Okay, then stop promoting violence and use martial arts for its practical and wisdom way. It doesn't have to be about promoting violence of any sort. Why are you promoting violence anyway? Martial
All
arts is
right.
supposed to be a defensive mechanism, not an offensive mechanism. The offense is only needed when the defense isn't working anymore.
Right.
You can only avoid
Right.
a fight, but so much, my brother.
Oh yeah,
And
of course. I'm not
I
talking
believe
about that aspect.
I believe in turning the other cheek, but turning the other cheek doesn't bow down to the fact of I'm not going to let you turn around and harm my temple. This temple is not mine. So you're not just going to turn around and try to harm me, hurt me, and I'm going to let you. Like my body's going to
Right.
react. So the offense comes from when the defense isn't working. I'm defending myself and you're still going? Oh, so you're going to keep going? Oh, that's how you feel? Oh, okay. Let's put your train to a pause and let's put my train to run. And here I go with the offensive. And it's like, oh wow, I didn't know Pete was gonna do that.
Right.
Pete wasn't supposed to do that, and he
Exactly.
wasn't gonna do that, but the person decided to keep going. Because to me, this is real simple talk. To me, if I'm blocking you while you're attacking me, every time I'm blocking you, that's a warning.
Yes.
You understanding? Every time I'm blocking you, you threw a right punch and I blocked it. You threw a left
Yeah.
and I blocked it. Those are warnings. That's me telling you that I have the speed to block you, meaning I also have the speed to grab you, and I could just break your arm. That's also me telling you that on your next shot,
Right.
it could be it. I could just be measuring how far you throw so that I can see how far I can throw you. Because I'm quick to close that gap, and I will hug you by your half shoulder and by your stomach, and I will flip you in a way that when you land, there's not going to be no air left in your body to breathe. You're going to be like, so this is why I don't fight, because my body knows how to react to the fight. And I want to end the fight so fast that I don't want to keep fighting. And that's what happens. I blocked you once, twice, maybe a third time. Those were all warnings.
Mm-hmm.
That's just real talk. Because a real street
Pretty
fight,
much.
real martial arts is not like boxing. No. In boxing, you block obviously because you don't want to get hit. But in martial arts, we don't just block just to just be blocking. We block when we see that something serious is coming to us. Because if that's not the case, we're not even going to waste time blocking. The attack is coming so fast and so brutal that the block wasn't even necessary. This is why such thing exists as what
Right.
we call the what do you call that? The Denmark. You know what I'm saying? Denmark means the touch of death.
The Denmark. All right.
You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
it's not that you're gonna put a finger on somebody and they're gonna just perish and just turn into dust. No, there's no science fiction behind this. It's called Denmark because when you're landing this ferocious attack, the attack lands and hurts so bad that people wish that they would just die than have to endure the pain of how hard you just hit them. And that's how every attack in karate is supposed to be like. This is why karate is the hardcore version and or hardcore edition of what the martial arts systems are. Of course, you have Goju that goes soft and hard, but Kung Fu is basically all soft. You know what I'm saying? More rotation, more movement. Karate is strictly hardcore to the bone. Oh, you're standing there right in front of me? Ha! Catching a heart attack over a right punch right in front of your heart. It's a problem. It is a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Touch
The
of
question
death
is
Okinawa
that
or
I guess
Korea?
that this guideline say just wrote that what touch of death exists in Okinawa and Korea. Because I ain't gonna front. I know that when I was reading the martial art books, right? You had certain people that they written books about Denmark, right? And then they was talking about the quote unquote death moves or delete moves in karate and in the Korean systems. So I was like, okay, that always intrigued me because in certain martial arts systems when it comes to the military and everything like that, it's way different from a civilian learning this. So I would like to actually get to the history of death moves because of delete moves, because I've always heard that it originated in China and it was actually about that all the points that we have in our bodies is actually from acupuncture. What you have to say about
Meridian
that, Pete?
points. It's the meridian points. Yeah, it's the pressure points.
Yeah.
So as far as the question, yes, it exists in Okinawa and Korea. Of course it does. But the terminology in itself, Denmark, did come from China. You know what I'm saying? Because, yes, they've been doing it for a long time. They've been doing this way longer than almost anybody else. So have they been doing it in India? So, yeah, it definitely exists. But, that's part of the breakdown of what I'm saying when it comes to karate, even Taekwondo. We're not the one of the main differences between a main traditional karate system and a Taekwondo supplement. Mind you, I'm calling it Taekwondo a supplement because Taekwondo is just another form of karate. It's just from Korea. It doesn't it doesn't change the fact that it's karate. As opposed to like you go to jujitsu and they're wearing a gi, but it's not karate. It's jujitsu. Oh, it's Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's not jiu-jitsu. Oh, it's not karate. Oh, it's not taekwondo. But when you say karate and taekwondo, you're really saying the same thing. Now, difference though would be, let's say, if I say hapkido. Hapkido's different. Why is hapkido different? Because the main base of hapkido is both taekwondo and jiu-jitsu. That's their main base. They founded that together as one, and it's been like that for eons. So Hapkido has its own ranking in itself as far as being a system, just like in Kung Fu. But when you say Kung Fu, there's only certain styles of Kung Fu that file up with the line of Kung Fu. Because then there's Gung Fu and there's Wudang, and then there's other things that have different branches. So they all have their own little sectors. And once again, now we go back to Okinawa, which is the home root of karate, the home base. You have all these schools. You had the Goju Ryu, you had Shitu Ryu, you had Shotokan, you had Ishin Ryu. Ryu only just means school. Ryu does not mean Street Fighter. All right. Rio means school. And most of these names weren't per
Right.
se styles. Most of these names were names of family members or a compilation of family members into one. So, welcome to, let's say you come to my school.
Mhm.
My school is not just a regular karate dojo. My school is a system. And our system is being trained in a way of a form of traditional karate. But that's how the system works, as opposed to when you come to my school, you're thinking it's a traditional karate school. No, it is not, because there's more than just karate that I am teaching. So here we go.
Mhm.
The main concept is you try to see differences between systems, and when you see that there's no difference, you have to go back to its roots. So going back to mainland Japan, you see how the systems work, and all they were different in certain things. It was more familiar in between the places where they commuted at, because it was more of a family thing, like a heritage thing, more than it was just a community thing. Because per se, at one point, farmers weren't allowed to practice martial arts because it wasn't for common folk. It makes you think. The most common
Right.
folk knew martial arts already. Why? Because they lived under a master who was trained and or training in certain systems that maybe they were of royalty. But because of that, they needed to learn as well. Because you can't just let your master walk outside
Yeah.
and let's say he's a
Mhm.
black belt. That's wonderful. But if he gets jumped, then what? You know what I'm saying? You're going to need more than just
All
one.
right. The next question. Right. The
No, I do
next
not
question this
believe.
guy Lion Sage has posted. Isn't yoga isn't yoga the mother of martial arts, or that's Kalari Payatun? Interesting.
Yoga is definitely not the mother of martial arts, but Kalari Paratu is one of the oldest martial
All
arts
right.
that exist through India. And as much as you want to, as much as people want to base yoga into India, it's not really like that, you know. But there is a lot of stretching involved in Kali Paratu, and
All right.
it's very serious. It's very dangerous. A lot of these moves are like critical, OD. So yeah, but no,
Yeah.
uh, yoga is definitely not the mother of martial arts, because there's places where martial arts is trained that yoga don't even exist yet.
All right.
Yeah, I said it. A lot
Mm-hmm.
of people think yoga is everywhere. Not necessarily. There's
I
still
hear you.
there's still parts around the world where the Bible hasn't reached that. Think about that. The Bible's been around for eons.
Yeah.
You know, I love to I love to remember
The Old and New
being back in
Testament.
DR. I love to remember being back in DR in the 2000s and knowing places out there that there's no electricity and there's no water, that you actually have to walk 2 miles to go get water. You know what I'm saying? And if you wanted a warm bath, you better make sure you put that water in the sun to heat up for the next 15, 20 minutes, because there was no such thing as hot water system. There is no water system.
Right.
So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's a I learned and got to appreciate how easy people live here in the United States. That the water's at your sink, you know what I'm saying? The toilets work, the shower works. It don't be like that in Dominican Republic. It could be set up
Mm-hmm.
like that to look like that, but when you press that water on, there ain't no water in the sink unless you have a water system. You need to have a water system in DR. If
Mm-mm.
not, you just won't have water.
Right.
The water comes early in the morning for 2 hours. If you don't fill up what you're gonna
Yep.
fill up in those 2 hours, you're You're asked out. You better go find somebody with a water system to give you some water for free. They might charge you for it.
Right.
It's wild, man. And there's places in China that
Yeah.
they practice martial arts that they have to go out. They walk out a mile or two as well to go get water. Fetch ingredients for stuff. You know, Imagine ingredient hunting for 2 miles. That's 4 miles back and forth.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
man. That's discipline. That's not no. Oh, I'm hungry. Let me just walk to McDonald's. Ain't no walking to McDonald's. You got to go pick that
Right.
wheat up and crush it down to make the dough to make that bun, and then go get that cow. It's a whole cow. You're just gonna make a burger?
Hmm.
Nah, bro. It's very different in these places. This is why these people are so strong. This is why these people don't pass until they're 100 and change, because their whole life all they know is ox work. You know what I'm saying? They're cut like oxes. They're strong. Saying built
Hmm.
built tough. These generations going down have just started giving birth to weaker people. And
Yeah.
it's gonna come a point when things are gonna get rough, and then people are gonna have to get strong again, and then things will get better, and that'll give birth to weaker people all over again. Apparently, that's the repetition in the subject over here. But give me
I
a
hear
second. I
you.
gotta take care of this phone call. I'll be right back.
All right. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. So anybody that's listening, whether it'll be on Twitch, YouTube, or Instagram, this is the Martial Arts Hour or the Martial Arts Edition with Don Armando and Sensei Pete. So what we're actually doing is we're just actually providing answers. I'm not a martial arts master. I could say that I'm a student, and Pete, he has his expertise in the martial arts. So we're just here, you know, learning. And I've actually have invited a lot of martial arts experts. So if anybody is listening, you know, as we're talking about the martial arts, feel free because we actually have the StreamYard link right here. You're welcome to come up on the panel, and we're also we're also going to learn from different people how they actually attack the martial arts. So sit back. Pete, he's actually taking a call, but he'll be back. So I'm just here if anything.
All right. Back like I never left. Hello. Yeah, that happens sometimes. This goes to show you how things may occur when dealing with digital systems and things that rely on certain levels of technology stuff. I know this platform is it's revolutionary. It's very it's done a lot of things for a lot of people. But the platform relies on a lot of internet. So at any given moment, if you have a router and your router does this thing where a lot of people go through this, and your router does this thing where it decides to like downplay how much service you're getting, it's not you're not the only one going through that. A lot of people are going through that because they set up programs and algorithms to our routers in a way that it fluctuates our internet service. So this standalone, this stream per se, relies on a certain bandwidth of internet, and if it flux for 2 seconds, it'll just boop you out. It'll spit you out like nothing. That's something that they're gonna need to fix eventually.
Yep.
But how good? But how on a
Pretty much.
positive note? On a positive note, how good is the system that as quick as you poofed, you can poof right back in. You can pop right back in. Leave off where you left off. Nothing's changed. Besides the fact that your internet decided to set you up for the okie doke, and you pooped for a second. But
I mean, I could actually say that I'm used to it. Well, dealing with StreamYard.
It's revolutionary, though. I mean, I gotta say that. I mean, it's done a lot. It's revolutionary. You get to express yourself, all that good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Pardon me. You get to express yourself, obviously following community guidelines, not trying to violate nobody, not trying to trespass into nobody's mind space, But I deem it a good tool for the simple fact that I consider myself a positive individual. And when I speak, I don't try to reflect on negativity.
Yep.
I mean, I might come across it and I might speak upon it, but only to reflect the positivity of what I could do, indifference. It's just falling in line with what the world wants to do, or falling in line with what my flesh wants to do. Oh, yeah, just do this and that and, be gruesome. Nah, the answer to everything is not violence. But once again, what I was saying earlier, if you come at me for any given reason, and I see that you're coming at me with some type of ruthless aggression, I am going to try to block a couple of times. But think of that as a warning, because I'm not just sizing up the person that's trying to attack me with these blocks. I'm also measuring speed, power, and once my body decides it knows your mechanism, I'm going in, and I'm gonna do. It's basically a wrestling move. It's the rock bottom, basically. But instead of doing it straight down, I spin my body into a half moon. So when you land on your back, all the air of your body just spits out with it. You know, the best sound effect I could get for that is,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. That's the end of the fight. At that moment, I'll probably look at you and say, "Hey, you need to swipe on the bus, or do you want me to call 911?" Because I know you're not going to want to fight after that, because you already know what's going to happen if you try again.
True.
So would you like to swipe on the bus so you can go on your merry way? Or do you need me to call 911 because you can't take it and you're choking like a little witch? It's another problem that we're facing right now. Everybody wants to be tough. Everybody wants to be gangster. Everybody wants to be a thug. Everybody wants to be the person that people have to be fearing of. My man, no matter how rough you think you are, no matter how strong you think you are, the body is still nothing but a weak vessel. And our pressure points do not change because you decided to change the size of your body or because you decided, you know, nah, man. The body has weaknesses that martial arts exploits and we practice on so that when somebody thinks that they're big and strong, instead of hitting them with that flat punch into the muscle, I'm hitting them with my middle finger curved up slightly, and it's hitting like a piece of metal. And bang! And then why did that hurt much more than the whole fist? Because the power of everything that's coming down is concentrated into one singular piece that's gonna act like a nail, like a drill going through the muscle of your leg. You're not gonna kick anyone ever again with that leg. Same goes if I Phoenix punch you
Right.
under your arm with that same finger curved up that way. If I hit you under your arm with that finger, it's like you just got hit with a spike. Like you just got hit with a drill. That arm just turns off like doosh. At this point, people's conscience start to wake up. Oh wait, I probably shouldn't keep fighting with this person. And if the person's disciplined, they'll stop the fight as well. Say, I'm hurting you. You want to stop this? Yeah, I think that's a good idea. All right, cool. Go on your merry way.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess the term now that you have certain people that they actually have a term that they call certain people that just don't care and they'll just fight anywhere or anywhere. I
Right.
guess the new term, which is called crash out, or the person crashed out or something like that. I'm like, okay.
Oh, that person's a crash out, meaning that
I
they'll
mean,
fight for
yeah, but then
everything and
if you
anything about nothing.
look at it, if we're in a society that, yeah,
Wow. Oh, that person's
but
a
then
crash
if you
out.
have a lot of people that 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 encourages these actions, well, you're going to see a lot of people who are going to be doing those actions if people just thinking of it as funny and such until
So let me
something
give you
really bad
let me
happens.
give you a little bit of origination of where that came from. Crash out. Back in the 90s and in the 80s,
All right.
the OGs used to call the young cats crash dummies because they would send them out to go fight grown people so that the grown OGs can come, pull up,
Yeah.
take over places, trap houses, stores, stuff like that. They send the young kids to go gang out, and flood places and raid places, and then the OGs would step on, come in, and take all the treasures. That's why they would call them crash dummies, because they would crash for nothing.
Right.
You got 40 kids running up on people, you know what I'm saying,
Right.
retrieving $20,000-$50,000 for you, and all you're doing is giving all of them $20 a piece. Talking about, yeah, distribution, we all happy. What? Anywho, that's just part of the plan, man. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and that's why I could actually say that certain times I hate to say that some of these OGs weren't crap to begin with, because if you're not gonna if you're gonna go and lead somebody to prison and everything like that, and then everybody wants that respect, uh you're not respecting, because you're not actually giving knowledge to the young, so therefore they could actually be better
Prevent
people.
themselves from going to the system.
But then that's just my own.
Why must everybody go to the system or go do it for
Exactly.
some damn reason? Like, why? What is this American curse that every dark skinned man needs to go through the system for? What? Oh, to prove that you're tough? Really? Try the military.
Yeah.
Show me you're tough. Try the military. You
Exactly.
know what? Show me you're tough. Try church.
Exactly. That's yeah.
What?
Hmm.
I'm on a different level. Like, all this outer toughness, all this physical toughness for what? The real war is not with the body. The real war is in the mind.
Yep.
Yo, yo, shout out to Endo Champ, brother. You are strong as hell, man. And I'm happy that you have some type of spiritual understanding as well. Because how bad would it be for someone to be as strong as that man is and him be weak spirited and easily possessed by a demon? What type of rampage is that demon going to do with that man's body?
Exactly.
These are things people don't think about. Oh, the kid that went inside the school and started shooting. It's not the kid that went inside the school and started shooting. That kid got possessed. And he easily could have got possessed over the fact that someone did something to him. So he invoked something worse. And that invocation turned him into what needed to be to turn around and go do those things. Ain't nobody in their right mind just going to a school and doing that. He had some type of possession, some type of battery placed where that push came in. It's not in anyone's real
All right.
dawn of nature. It's not in anyone's real dawn of nature to harm an innocent. It's not in nobody's real dawn of nature, bro.
Yeah.
But I get it. When an innocent gets harmed, that innocent now being violated turns to the dark side and comes back for vengeance, and it's a problem. And then the beat goes on. It's a chain. This is why violence is not the solution for violence. You know, people need to actually talk to see what the differences are of why the reason they need to fight for some reason. Why do we need to fight? Why must
Right.
everything be about the fight?
To
It is getting me
pretty
tired.
much.
I do not want to fight anymore. And this is why, this is what I remember from my OGs in martial arts. My OGs would be like, yeah, I know how to do all this and that. I know how to do the system and all that good stuff. But these are my go-to moves. I'm like, why? Brutal. Why? It's like, because I don't want to fight.
It's like right now, right? Happening.
Huh?
Yeah. It's like to the point, right? I don't know what it is, but the way that you have certain people who are, or that they want to push manosphere more into other younger people and everything like that. Like if you're like to be a man, you could be rude to everybody and everything like that. I'm like, nah. You're gonna have a lot of disillusioned men that think that being rude or over aggressive is how you're gonna get um successful in life. When the fact is, the people who are actually pushing this mantra are the ones that they don't even believe it in themselves.
Yeah, that's the
How the heck we're
truth.
gonna actually try to tell? Yeah, how the heck we're gonna actually try to tell these people who are actually, you know, believing these grifters? And when I mean grifters, you know who I'm talking about. I'm talking about the not all, but some. Like for example, the Tates, right? The Tate brothers.
Yeah,
I mean, they have their. I guess they were on kickboxers in the UK and everything like that. But then, ever since that, I guess they got in trouble. They got in trouble in Romania for HT, and now I guess they're coming back to live in the United States or whatsoever. It's like
yeah.
certain people they're like, okay, that Trump to come to the U.S. I mean, since they were born in the U.S. anyway. But the thing is, though, certain people's like, why the heck this guy is letting this alleged filth come to our country? And I don't know. Me personally, I'm not gonna go and pay $50 to have this man coach me on my life. But then I don't know. Maybe some people do need that. I don't know. What's your thoughts about that?
I mean, everyone has a right to judgment, not per se judgment, opinion. Our the problem with opinion is when it gets too personal and it becomes judgment. We don't have the right to judge people and stuff. The actions of that person already judge them. You see someone that is walking down the street with a bottle, open container of alcohol. Off rip that it's illegal to drink in the street unless there's a bylaw stipulation in play. Like when there's a parade, like when the Eagles won, it was okay to drink in the street for the simple fact that there's a bylaw stipulation in play. It's a celebration, and people can't stop the way other people celebrate. Like how St. Patrick's Day, there's a rule that they can drink up to 10 feet away from the store. What type of bylaw is that? It's a bylaw, but it's special
You
for
know, I,
ordinance.
it, yeah, it's like okay. When I went up, it was like I'm gonna say that it's crazy, right? It's crazy because when I was growing up, right, and whenever I used to ride the trains, you see people who are just who are just blasted, crap faced drunk.
Right.
So when I seen that certain people were just crap faced drunk or whatsoever out of anything, and then when you go back to your neighborhood, they'll be like, oh, they're giving you tickets and everything like that, but then certain people are not getting tickets.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so what's wrong right here? Because I didn't know about this ordinance.
Mhm.
So yeah, it's an NYC thing, I guess.
NYC is one of those places where they'll try to give you roots, but they don't want to see you grow. In other words, they'll try to teach you something, but they don't want you to actually learn the lesson so that you can grow from it. Because they want to be able to tell you again, as opposed to someone who I don't like repeating myself. So if I have to teach you something more than once, is does that mean that you weren't paying attention, or does that mean that I wasn't paying attention?
Right,
I don't know. And this is a problem I have with repetition. Like when my wife wants to
right.
repeat something to me and she goes off the rip and keeps repeating it, I'm like, why do you keep repeating the same thing? You know that you're telling me that I'm dumb when you do that, right? Because you're telling me that I need a reminder because I don't remember. She'd be like, "Ooh, sorry." I'm like, "Yeah, thank you for stopping." It's annoying. For real, like you don't have to remind me 5 days in a row that you bought a wristwatch and for some reason it's not working. It's not working. It needs a battery replacement. Okay, well my wristwatch's not working. It's not working. 5 days in a row when you already know the answer because the answer is was said 5 days ago. Like, what are you doing? Don't you think you're doing too much?
Right. Mm.
Stuff like that. Or it wasn't that a form of Chinese torture at one point? They would sit someone on a board and just drop a drop of water on their head like every certain amount of seconds to the point where that water feels like it's drilling through your head.
Yeah, I've always heard about that. I never. I mean, the concept of the Chinese water torture, but I never really got what it is because they said a lot of stuff are were like Asian torture and stuff like that. So I'm like, wow.
Yep, yep, yep. Okay. Um, yeah, I apologize, but I'm getting another phone call. I'll be right back.
All right,
After these messages, no messages, I'll be right back.
all right.
All right, that was a very good phone call. That was that was my boss letting me know that the school gave great reviews on everyone, but that they were especially happy with me directing the children and
Nice.
helping them with certain situations in the obstacle course. Um,
That's good.
encouraging them. Like, yo, it was. I was like, wow, cool. And that the vice principal went on Google, and gave us a 5-star rating, gave us a good comment, and also mentioned me by name. Oh, the chaplain P. I was like, oh, that's crazy. So yeah, pretty cool.
Yep.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
That's good.
Get these comments rolling. These are gonna be all my pledges.
Yeah,
when
shout out to La Profe on Instagram.
Shout out. These are gonna be all my sponsors
Yeah.
when the Lion's Paw opens up in the city.
Yep.
Some schools I've actually I've spoken to some schools that actually want to incorporate a martial arts program in their after school program so that it doesn't
I mean, yeah, they need that. I mean,
of course they do, but check this out. The problem with doing it in the morning is that it clashes with the DOE's curriculum and the DOE's protocol of how children are supposed to handle things.
yeah.
But if they add it in the afternoon program and it's
Right.
not sponsored by them, it's sponsored by the people, the community. I'll be getting paid by the community to do a program at the school. You know what I'm saying? So technically the school would be my umbrella to
Right.
start part of the system.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna get I think one of the requirements I have to go get an ITIN so that they can W4 me and W8, W18, all these tax forms that qualify me as being a corporation or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Says I don't want to, I don't want to turn around and LLC anything and it not be just that. Like I don't want it to be that.
Yeah.
I'm saying I want the system to be to be branched out where it's 501c exempt. You know what I'm saying? So that the people don't have to worry about, oh, I can't assist to the system because I have to pay this much out of pocket, and that's crazy. No, you're not paying a crazy amount out of pocket monthly to be in the system. You know what I'm saying? At all. Like at all. You know what I'm saying? Weekly quotas could be something as simple as $10 a week, $15 a week. I'm saying this is not about, how people have martial arts schools and want to charge you $350 a month to come to the school. No, we're not doing that. This is a system. And as a system, we're gonna use it in a systematic
Yeah,
way.
that's I wanted to.
Go ahead, brother. You fire it up. Let's go.
Yeah, I was saying like, yeah, I've seen a lot of people, they charge those exuberant prices. I'm like, I I think not, because it's either out of my range or anything like that. So no offense to the schools, but I know that the schools have to live, especially in New York. My dad, I can't really speak on the schools here in Philadelphia, but I've seen some that say, okay, that their specialty might be, for example, there might be Wing Chun or Northern Shaolin or whatever the case may be. But then the price range is like, nah. But then the boxing schools, they're a little bit different. So I'm like, okay. So, so.
That's just
And I understand it because
it's the city, bro.
pretty much.
It's the city. It's the city. There's places in Florida where the
Hmm.
dojo will charge you $20 a week for membership, and you can pull up to 4 times in a week.
Yeah.
And it's not so much the fact that you're going to train. When you start training over there, that you're going over there, you're literally family. They treat you and teach you like your family. They don't treat you like an outsider that's paying a membership
Hmm.
to be there. No, you're there, and your membership is a quota towards the family.
Hmm.
So as opposed
Pretty much.
to you go to some dojos and they really treat you like you're some dude that just came to train, and you're just happy to be here because you pay a quota now. All right, let's train you and get you out of here. Train, bam, bam, bam. All right, now go home. Like, what's going on here? Like, I didn't come here for that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's
I
what
mean, the
happens
way that
also
I
when
see a lot of martial artists is that
it depends on the coach, man. It all depends on the coaches. It all depends on who's teaching.
pretty much.
Because the main principles and foundations of all martial arts is basically self-defense. Defend yourself. And once again, the word defend doesn't mean to block.
Hmm.
Because that's where some people got it twisted. Some people think that, oh, I'm going to defend myself. Let me block this. No, sometimes defending yourself means that you have to strike. Defending yourself sometimes means that you have to choke somebody till they tap. Sometimes defending yourself means that you have to slam
Yeah.
somebody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it means you have to sweep somebody. At the end of the day, it's not about per se coming on top, but it's per se trying to end the situation with less liability of getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? And being able to end it quickly, as opposed to being in a fight. You're fighting with somebody for 2 minutes. What are you fighting for 2 minutes? Are you, what are you slugfesting over for 2 minutes about?
Mm.
That's different. That's crashing.
Well,
That's a crash up.
well, yeah. You want to know what I'm? Yeah, you know what? There was a joke that actually posted. Just so the younger guys could actually get some strength. Now I went up and I said, I was like, if you think that if you think that you're brokenhearted just because your girlfriend broke up with you and everything like that, remind you, your ancestors were fighting for, or had fist fights for over for girls who were hairy. So therefore, So therefore, you came from your ancestors, so you better toughen up. That type of deal. So, I mean, I ain't gonna front. It's like to the point that younger people, right? They crash out. They crash out. They either they actually have like a life crisis and stuff, or stuff that we actually got over. So I guess it's I don't know what it is. To tell you the truth.
Yeah, so some of my kids haven't seen me all day. So now that they're coming out the room and looking at and seeing me, they're going nuts. Like, oh my gosh. Like if they haven't seen me in forever.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It's MJ. It's MJ.
It'll be like that sometimes.
I love that. I love that my biggest fans live right here at my home.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those are my number one supporters. Those are my number one fans. Those are my number one inspirations. Those are my number one instigators and my number one pushers. Keep going. Keep going.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm. Let's disconnect this laptop for a minute. I think the port is starting to short, so it's beeping, and I don't like that
All right.
back and forth beeping. I'm like, yeah, let's cut this out real quick.
Yeah.
Because if you let it just stay beeping there, it'll definitely burn.
Pretty much.
Yep, yep, yep.
Mm-hmm.
That is a fact, my friend. So I had okay, between yesterday and today, we did a whole school. We had
Yep.
pre-K all the way up to 8th grade.
Nice.
Um, the first day, which was yesterday, we did from 4th grade to 8th grade. And then today we did pre-K to 4 or pre-K to 3, something like that. Bro, it was wild. The kids were having so much fun.
Nice.
Super excited. I had to keep reminding them not to run, but they were just like, whew. I'm like, wow, man, I don't remember enjoying that as a kid. I mean, I remember going to Coney Island and they would have like a little bounce house compilation jungle where you go in and there's a whole bunch of bouncers connected one to another, and it's a whole, obstacle course, all types of stuff, but never like this, like specifically bounce houses, specifically slides, specifically that. It's amazing, man. It's so much. It's a bunch of fun.
Yo,
You know,
quick question: do they still have that, like the bounce houses when it's like for Soundview Day or something like that in the Bronx? Because I remember that they always had like some type of festival every year, like up on
yeah,
Watson
yeah,
and like between Morrison and Soundview and Watson,
right. Yes, yeah, they still do that. They still do that over there.
like during the summertime or something.
Yeah,
All
they
right.
have
Yeah, because the
certain
last time I
people.
went to that joint was 2016.
I hear you. good, man. We got some reviews up. We got some reviews up there.
Yep.
No, we just got linked up with the Parks Department.
Nice.
As of last year, we got linked up with Harlem Chamber of Commerce. So we're just trying to just keep.
Now that's big right there. I've always heard about that in my youth.
Yeah, that's definitely big.
Mhm.
All right, let me get 2 seconds to take care of the kids real quick. All right, I'll be right back. Be quick this time.
All right, yeah. All right. Mhm.
Okay, I didn't know. It looks like wifey ordered some food. So let me serve this food real quick. I'll be right back.
since Peter's actually attended to stuff, and I had to attend certain stuff as well. I mean, this is a platform where anybody could actually feel free to actually ask me or Pete any questions of the martial arts. He will
I'm
actually
still here though, so
answer, give you the
you
answers to
know,
the best of his ability. I hear you.
I'm still here. I'm still
Yeah,
here, just taking care of business, but I'm here.
I know. I hear you,
I
man.
don't, I don't, I don't need TV land hearing the voices of everyone that's over here. Just
Yeah.
forget about it.
Mm-hmm. So
Your best friend is here.
let's see.
Got Kiki here
Talking about
and
curriculum, right?
Rogue.
Would it be? Uh, oh yeah, Kiki. Yeah. Yep, Kiki and Rogue. I love the
Word.
animals, bro.
They're awesome.
Yep.
Well, go ahead. You saying curriculum?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep, I'm here. Yeah, so I'm trying to think. Um, Talking about the curriculum and everything like that, as far as martial arts. Don't private schools have curriculum with martial arts as well,
Some of them do.
that's just the public schools?
Public schools don't have martial arts in their system. Some private schools do. Um, Give me 1 second.
All right. All right.
Yeah, brother. So you was talking about the curriculums? My bad.
Yeah, because I heard that I would actually think that since everybody's paying for private schools or whatsoever, they would have a curriculum of the martial arts for the kids too. So I don't know about New York, but I heard in other places they do. I don't know.
All around the world,
Mm-hmm.
private schools, even Catholic schools, excuse
Yeah.
me, Catholic schools around the world incorporate martial arts into
Right.
whatever they do. Like you go to certain monasteries around the
Right.
world, and most of these monks and these nuns,
Right.
they know martial arts.
Mm-hmm.
Why is it that in America,
Right.
in American Catholic schools, you don't see martial arts being sponsored?
Okay.
I don't know. It's questionable.
Yeah. I'm just saying because I know that in private school they have a different education than public school kids, and they say that it's better. So that's what I'll be like. Okay, I had to ask.
Hmm. I went to school. I'm in PS 163, which was 97th in Amsterdam.
Right.
That school's across the
All right.
street. That school's across the street from a Catholic school that used to. It's still there. It's called Holy Name.
Nice.
The kids from Holy
Yeah.
Name would come to our school, to our schoolyard, and bully us. I'm like, what is this?
Mm.
You're giving us the hardship of what what you went through, with the nuns at church today, because that was back in the era when
Hmm.
it was okay for the nuns to whack your kids on the hand with the ruler. It was around that time. Certain Catholic schools still do it,
Right.
but in New York, nah, they cut that out completely. People started
Yeah.
talking about suing. How are you suing? How are you suing
Hmm.
discipline? How do you do that?
Wow.
And then what I asked myself is this. Go ahead, baby. Go to sleep. Good night. Good night. So, the question relies on this. Do they sue their kids once their kids get older and they start rebelling that they don't want to do what they're told? Do they sue their kids for that too?
Oh, trust me, you would see a whole bunch of people that they'll use the law or anything if certain stuff um threaten their kids.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Yeah.
You want to sue for discipline, but when they don't start listening, when they stop listening to you, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna sue them for not listening to you no more?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sure.
I'm suing my kids because they're not listening.
You'll be surprised. You'll be surprised what they'll do.
It's amazing. Bless you. The things they'll do is amazing. Because they're not allowed to play with it inside the house. Because the bouncing sound will bother mommy. We got it from school.
Let me tell you how much your grandfather was so funny and not funny. So the good about it was a new mom. The grandfather thought it was cute, like getting annoying toys like fire truck toys that make sounds.
Toys that make sounds and stuff.
Just on purpose.
So one of the kids discovered that we had a basketball inside the closet, and he got super excited immediately. Yo, this basketball, man. Why is it in the closet? It's in the closet because if y'all
Oh,
see it,
okay.
y'all gonna want to bounce it everywhere, and that's annoying. Y'all can play with it at the park,
Right.
no problem. In the house, no, we're not doing that. You're not gonna bother the neighbors downstairs either.
Mm-hmm.
We're not doing that. When we have a house and you have your own room, you're still going to the backyard to the hoop and shooting that basketball. You're not bouncing inside the house either.
What about that when you cross that bridge?
Right? We'll worry about that when we cross that bridge there yonder.
I know. Put the ball down. Have it work.
Right.
So you're a soccer face now. I'm seeing him playing with the ball. Oh, so you're a soccer face now. I thought you were a Fortniter.
I kicked the soccer ball in the basketball game.
You're not supposed to kick basketballs.
I was just playing.
Yeah, but it messes up the roundness of the basketball. You're not supposed to kick it. It's meant to just bounce.
I was just playing a game.
Yeah, I heard you. You know I'm on the radio right now, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Radio.
So we're talking about basketball, soccer, basketball, while on TV
Put
shows.
the ball because I'm gonna get annoyed on the speed.
I mean, I heard.
That's a ball.
Yo, remember back in the day that they actually had that movie called Basketballs? That they made that movie like back in the early 2000s. You know, the founders of South Park that
That's
they
fun.
actually made a movie called Basketballs.
You can't get around this. I'm ready to hold this early. Hey. I'm gonna go around. Go ahead.
That they actually combined basketball and baseball. I was like, wow, that's
Basketball and baseball. Oh Lord.
Yeah.
I'm looking for my Metro card, my card. This is what I'm doing right now. My focus.
I don't know where it is right now, but
I'm aware of that.
you could use this one.
Okay, I'm aware. ID?
I do not know where your ID is at all. And then chances are her ID are with her Metro card, so she'll find it. Two seconds.
All right.
All right. Just kicked everybody out.
Yeah.
Real. All right, everybody out. Because as soon as they know they don't have school, all of a sudden now
Yeah.
they have all the energy in the world and want to be up. Go to your room, dog.
Yeah. So,
Yep.
yep. Now,
Yep.
this is one thing I'm just gotta ask.
Yes.
All right. Since I guess what might happen, because in the Bible it says rumors of wars and wars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So so it's like it's even like to the point you can't even you know believe the news of what half the okay, you might believe the news maybe on a local level, but then when it comes to international and everything like that, it's like okay, everybody they might know what they're talking about when it's maybe international relations or whatnot. But then what a lot of people don't see is that okay, there might be other news organizations which is outside the United States that might be reporting a different thing. So since certain people they could actually control the news, and then if you control the news, you could control certain people emotions.
You control the news, you
So
control the narrative.
exactly. So
That's what
since we
happens.
have people that are controlling the narrative, what hmm what do you
That's
think that
exactly what's
what
happening.
would be your advice for people not to be controlled by the narrative? Yeah.
Well, overall, main focus. Understand that all media outlets are a source of entertainment.
hmm
Off rip, all media
Yeah.
outlets are a sort of entertainment. That includes the news. People are
Right.
highly entertained by the news,
hmm
highly emotionally affected by the news, psychologically affected by the news. At the end of the day, it's all a source of entertainment.
Yes.
I've said this example plenty of times.
Yep.
How one time I came on the show and I was upset because they had a whole 10-minute segment about a squirrel, but they didn't pass anything about the boy that rescued that girl because he was a black boy and the girl was a white girl.
Yeah. And then they didn't talk about a guy who actually exactly.
Whatever you said got cut off. So that means that they really didn't want to talk about it.
Nope.
1 second.
All right.
Go to your rooms. All right. Um, so the media outlets are all a source of entertainment. This is why when you're someone that wants to live in faith, when you're someone that tries to live by the Bible or tries to even read the Bible, you don't. I mean, it's good to know what the news is saying, but at the same token, you don't want to rely on the news to understand life or understand how the world is emotionally, because that can make you lose your focus on the things that are greater for you. You don't want the news to disturb your way of thinking, and now you can't attend to your kids because you're mentally triggered and disturbed. These are things to think about, amongst other things.
Right.
But yeah, like that reminds me of the time of COVID. When COVID hit, the news outlets were showing the media of what was going on in the hospitals in Italy. You know what I'm saying? They were showing that people were literally dropping, literally falling.
Yeah.
That wasn't happening here. They made it seem like that was happening here. That's why when you went outside, there was nobody around. Nobody to be found, no one to be seen, nowhere.
Nope.
It was sad out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I went downtown and I felt like Will Smith. I felt like I Am Legend.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wow, look, a person 3 blocks away.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oof.
I mean, shoot, it just the only people you saw were homeless people, and there wasn't really that tough on like, oh, you got to wear your mask on them. But then there was tough. But then there was the curfews and all that stuff. And the only way if you were exempt, if you had to work the nights. I was like, wow.
Shit.
And then during that time, we had, if you like say if you wanted to eat something, they'll have like if you order out something, they'll be like, okay, they leave it on the stuff and make sure that it's sanitized or something like that. I'm like, wow.
That's wild.
Yeah, well, I'm good. I'm like, hey, I'm not going to say it's over, but those restrictions were over. I'm like, wow.
That's real talk. Real talk. I mean,
Yeah,
there was nothing more scarier per se than seeing how badly it was affecting the rest of the world. Because believe it or not, United States, they're kind of ahead when it comes to medicine and certain things. Not necessarily more ahead than others in certain places,
yeah,
but America is really a powerhouse.
right.
Even with all the amount of people that we have,
Yeah,
not so, you know, not so many got per se affected by it. Due to how fast they were able to respond or whatever the case was. But a lot of
yeah.
people were weary. A lot of people were scared. A lot of people were like, nope, I ain't going out. You're not coming in. I don't want to know. And that was it.
Mm-hmm.
That's when Uber Eats became famous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Pretty
Like if
much,
other
and then
apps,
DoorDash
yeah,
and
like
all the other stuff.
like if other apps weren't famous already, for a while. Now all of a sudden, oh no, Uber Eats. Oh, I'm done. All of a sudden, that became everything.
I mean, when it came to like, when it came, yeah, it's like, I guess like after the 19 and everything like that, me and my wife, we actually started to actually do stuff as far as Japanese ramen and other places in the Philadelphia Chinatown.
Yeah,
Restaurants right here. I know that they have some good restaurants in Chinatown in New York. I just rarely been
of
to them.
course.
But I might have to try one when I come back to New York, whenever that time will be.
Copy that.
Yep.
That is for real. So, it's very, that's right. Chinatown has Chinatown has a little Starbucks. That used to be a temple in Chinatown at one point. And
Hmm.
call me old fashioned if you want, but I feel that
All
they
right.
shouldn't have did that.
All right.
I feel like they shouldn't have did that. But hey, it is what it is. People own businesses, they sell businesses, and people move on. But that place was definitely a temple at one point.
Yeah. Yep.
For real.
Hmm.
Chinatown is Chinatown, New York is pretty cool actually. Not only do you get to absorb, a culture that's
Yeah.
older than an American thought, because China's been around since before English existed as a language. So that's crazy.
Yeah. Yep.
That's funny. Per se, the origination of where English came from is not per se England.
Hmm. Right.
What birthed English was Dutch.
Yeah. They say that I think it was like part of the Germanic family also when you look at it, because
That's
you have certain
weird,
words in German and you have certain word in English that sounds the same. Yeah.
right? That's
And like
just
for example, a lot of people don't know this, but no, before anybody went to when people went to school in the olden times, there was no kindergarten.
right. Because kindergarten was a part of something else. Kindergarten was basically daycare. Because the word
Yeah.
kindergarten comes from Germany, and it means garden of children.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Meaning a place of recreation for children. This is before them going to school, or maybe a place of
Right.
after school. So
Yep.
kindergarten, that's what that meant. Now here you are, you know, years later.
Yeah.
Now kindergarten is a level.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird,
Yep.
but they did it. They sure
Yep.
did. They did it.
I, yep.
I've always tried to put thought into where what languages intercombine with others and all that, and you'll be surprised how many languages have words
Yeah.
that sound the same in other languages but mean completely something else.
Doing something exactly.
To the point where it's scary, bro. It's almost like, whoa, not this again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
For real, for real.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I was replying to a text from a friend that was supposed to pull up last night to take the kids to school this morning,
All right.
and they ended up at the hospital
Okay.
from food poisoning. And I'm like, oh,
Oh
no,
wow.
I don't want to.
I hope
I
they're
don't
all
want to
right.
see you. Yeah, I mean
Wow.
they're
Yeah.
they're good now, but they were in the hospital between the hours of 2 o'clock in the morning all the way to like 10 o'clock in the morning, something like that. Like they needed to be resuscitated and everything. Like they couldn't breathe.
Yeah.
Um,
Right. Mm-hmm.
it's one of those things. People are quick to get mad at a situation like,
Yeah.
oh, it didn't work out in my favor. I'm gonna get mad. But look what happened to the person. The person went through something. That's not like
Right.
the person just dubbed you because they wanted to, and now you're having a bad day because you got dubbed. No,
Exactly.
you're having a bad day because the
Right.
person you were relying on actually had an emergency.
Person actually went through something. So
So at this point, is what I'd be asking certain people. Are you going to get mad when you already have the knowledge of what happened? Or are you going to understand and acknowledge with the knowledge of what happened and not get mad? That is the question.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because this is something I explain to people. There's people that I counsel sometimes that, you know, they'll have a problem with, uh, uh, something that's repetition of something, and they'll know that they have a problem with that, but they still need some type of remembrance of guidance to remember that again in a way so that they don't have to remember it and feel the same pain or feel the same, trigger that they feel all the time. In this case, an example, if you know that you don't like talking about fruit, why bring it up?
Right.
And then get
True.
mad knowing that you brought it up and you don't like talking about fruit. Um,
Exactly.
It's probably in the
Shout
room.
out to AMGTN on my Instagram.
Shout out, shout out. Hey, guys that are coming through the Instagram and viewing, please remember to pass by the YouTube, hit the like, you know what I'm saying? Leave a comment, ask a question. If we can't get to that question during this segment, we'll get to it on the next. You know what I'm saying? It's not a problem. You know, but remember to always swing through and hit the like.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, man. You know, it's nothing but 5 seconds to you, but it means a lot to us because with that, algorithms push this show forward towards other people that are seeking the same outlet of wanting to learn something at the exchange of just having to ask. You know what I'm saying? No one's charging you for knowledge on this end, you know. And I have a system, I have students, you know, I have people that I give class online to, you know, and obviously they pay me. So here we are. We're online, we're on streaming, we're on YouTube, and you know, I'm giving advice for free. You know, don't spit the gift horse in the face. Take advantage that the information is being given and ask questions to further the knowledge that you're seeking and ask questions to further the guidance that you're probably seeking. Ask away, ask away.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
What is in here? I thought I did this already. Alrighty. Yeah, man. So I had a good day today, and I know it could be hectic sometimes. You know, things happen, but I could tell you this much for sure. I
Huh?
could tell you this much for sure. The exercise that I did today,
Uh-huh.
you know what I'm saying, the folding
All
of
right.
the rides and rolling them up and lifting them up, and man, I feel
Uh-huh.
great. I feel my muscles feel great. You know, my back wants to kick my ass, but my muscles feel great. My arms feel great. Like, oh, we needed
Mm-hmm.
that. You know, my body's like, thank you. We just went to the gym and got paid.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally.
Mm. Yep.
It's one of those. It's really one of those.
Yep.
Let me order. Yeah, man. Any questions? I'm here. I'm ready.
All right. Another question that I have.
Yeah.
If when we do like when you do the schooling and everything like that, I want to know like how certain schools get into competitions and exhibitions and all that stuff. Because I know that certain people have their systems and such, but I want to know like how within the United States and maybe overseas how other martial arts systems how they actually organize like okay and the places and the stuff that they have to do it in. I want to know like the organizational process behind that. If you know Pete.
I mean, when that happens, most of them it's because masters are have networked. You know what I'm saying, and spoken to. You know, they have gotten in some sort of equal understanding that either their styles are the same or whatever it is, and they
Mm-hmm.
need to bring together some type of exhibition to bring an answer to the lingering question of which system could be good or which system could be bad or which system could be better. And that's how that works at that end. But there's
All
other
right.
schools that because they're intertwined with each other, that they're sister schools, or it's the same Shotokan system, it's the same this school system. Those
Mm-hmm.
branches will come together and host tournaments just to accredit the schools, credit the schools criteria. And if your students can't win a fight of equal belts with another school, then that means that your curriculum is too soft and you're not working it right. So that at that moment,
Right.
that master,
Mm-hmm.
that's the same system as that other system, it's gonna probably get scolded, or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the criteria is, might get demoted, might get replaced, stuff like that. That happens amongst communities that are
Right.
tied amongst themselves. Like anything Taekwondo Federation, that whole family lineage, what I'm saying? If something's wrong with one
Mm-hmm.
with a master, they'll just replace that person right away. Like there's nothing to talk about because they don't want to linger in any gossip or any other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. All right. All right. The man just asked me for up and all right, let me see something. If this goes through. Alrighty. All right, it went through. That's great. That is wonderful. That is wonderful.
Yeah, I'm here.
I in DR one time I saw they did an exhibition where they had some kung fu people from Bonao versus some karate people from other place versus some taekwondo people from another place versus what was this other people's system? What was their name? Um traditional combat something, but it was just like another form of karate.
All right.
And it was so cool to see. It was so cool to see this clash of different flavors fight together in a tournament. It was just that was exhilarating. That was like the first time watching blood sport. You know, Jean Claude Van Damme and the Kumite.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was more exciting than watching. Yeah, exactly. Bloodsport.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that was way. It was wow. As a kid, I was wowed. I was like,
I
yo,
can imagine.
because you know how most Taekwondo people are with their fast feet. You know, trying to flip back and forth, and then you see certain people just like hold the position and just wait, and then bah, and that's it. Fight's over. I'm like, yo,
Yeah.
really? And then you got other people that they move
Mm-hmm.
like the figure eight, and they're just moving, and they're blocking, parrying, all that, but they're not really causing any damage. So their block game is amazing, but their offensive game is trash. In a fight, your block game cannot be better than your attack game because your attack game is what's going to end the fight.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Kid came and brought me a quarter.
Nice.
He said, I found the quarter on the floor and I came to bring it to you. Wonderful. But yeah, bro, you got any other questions? Because I'm definitely here.
Yeah. I mean, I can't really think of anything, but I well, those are my questions because of the organization, part behind it. Because I was actually talking to one of my friends that in my gym, and he
Yeah.
said that his uncle, well, he passed on, was like a man of comedy and honors. I was like, wow. So I asked him if he was still alive. He was like, nah. I was like, wow. But then he was telling me that I guess like maybe one of his sons or one of those masters sons or grandson is still, I guess, the inheritor of that system. I was like, wow. I was supposed to go to the gym today, but then I have to go tomorrow to ask my friend Tim about that. Shout out to Tim.
Shout out, shout out.
Yep.
For real, man.
Yep.
I'm laughing. There's a certain karate person that has he has like his own karate group on Facebook, right? And everybody in this karate group is from other some type of karate school or another, and or they're
Right.
taekwondo, which once again we established is karate. So everybody's a martial artist. He's gonna ask a black and white question, and
Right.
when I mean a black and white question, it means a question that only has two answers. You know what I'm saying? That's a black and white question. There's no diversity. It's just black and white. No gray area. He's gonna
Yeah.
ask in the martial arts group, which is best, martial arts or bodybuilding? I'm crying over here. 100% of the votes so far are what? You guessed it, martial arts. Of course they're gonna say that. It's a martial arts group.
Yeah.
Why would you ask such a black and white question like that?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm gonna give you an example. This is gonna
Maybe that
sound
person
super stupid.
don't
This
know
is
if
gonna
they're
sound
trying
super.
to
Oh my
seek knowledge
gosh!
because some. All right.
I'm gonna ask a stupid question with the example. Here we go. You run a Eagles fan page, right? And on your page, you're gonna turn around
Right.
and ask, which team is better, Giants or Eagles? Why would you ask that? You run an Eagles fan page.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
You're
Yeah. Exactly.
you're asking a black and white question. That's ridiculous. Are you
Yeah. I get.
looking?
Yeah. I get the analogy. Yes.
Yeah, like are you looking to, you know, assert some type of faith in the team? Are you trying to boost the morale of somebody who's probably losing faith in the team? Because honestly, you're already running a fan page based off of that. So to ask a bold question that's a rhetorical question, because it's fan based
Yeah.
off of one specific thing, how are you going to ask if something's better than that one thing?
Right.
Nobody's going to say that anything is better than the thing that they're already on. It's a fan page for that. I'm going to give you another example because some people need multiple examples. I know you already got it, but this is for TV land. You run a chess club and you've been running a
Yeah.
chess club for 5 years. You're going to turn around and ask a black and white question. Hey guys, what's better, chess or checkers? Really? Really? Everybody's going to look at you
Right.
like, what is wrong with you? We've been doing this for 5 years. You decide to ask that, like, why? What type of question is that? We're a chess club.
True.
It's all about chess over here. Chess it up. Checkmate.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
And so it just makes me think, like, wow, either some people just don't know how to think or some people just don't care to think.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's real talk. So someone
Yep.
just texted me because, I have a phone that's been disconnected for a long time. But for some reason,
Right.
through Google, I don't know how, but for some reason through Google, you can contact the phone. So I had someone text me that hadn't spoken to me in 2 or 3 years. Yo, P, how you doing? I'm like, I'm good. What's up? yo, you know who this is? This is this person. Ta, 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 ta. And I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, what's up? So, oh, I was worried about you. Whoa, thank you for worrying, bro. Honestly,
Yeah.
word. I was like, oh,
I
you was
mean, now,
worried? Thank you.
I mean, yeah.
Guys, I'm on a radio show. MJ and Chase are together on the bed. So how are they gonna use one pillow to separate amongst two?
But I took Chase's pillow
Mm-hmm.
from Selena's room. I had permission when she went inside the bathroom.
Understood. That's great. Good job. High five. All right, back to the show. Let's drop the knowledge like it's hot.
Mm.
Not my phone like it's hot. The knowledge like it's hot.
Yeah.
It felt good to hear that. Oh, I was worried about you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yep.
There'd be so much going on in this world. There'd be too
Yeah.
much going on in this world. Forget so much. There'd be too much going on.
Exactly.
For real, for sure. Oh, wow. I'm done. I just saw a post that says updated U.S. flag to represent our current administration, and all the red stripes are
Mm-hmm.
pinstripes to a tent that looks like a circus tent. Yo, that's bufiao, bufiao.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yep. Yeah, I'm about to take it down because I look like I'm gonna have a busy day tomorrow. So
Cool, man.
yep.
I'm definitely going to. I'm definitely gonna be closing the curtain as well. Not that I have a long day tomorrow ahead of me, because I'm definitely off for the next
Yep.
few days. But I know I'm gonna wake up tomorrow in so much
Exactly.
pain. Ha ha ha!
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna wake up tomorrow and do jumping jacks, even if my back screams at me.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right, brother. So until the next episode, because there will always be a next episode. Stay woke.
Yep.
Stay vigilant. Be safe.
Yep.
Us.
Us. Mm-hmm.
Later, y'all.
Yep. Well, this is the end, guys. Check us out next Wednesday for another open topic with Don Armando, the martial arts edition. Peace.